Hello and welcome back to Wise Relation. Today we will be discussing the 7 signs of an incompatible relationship. Our imperfections are what make us perfect. We all have quirks, idiosyncrasies, and differences that we don't necessarily see as being a good thing. So why is it that the most compatible of couples sometimes end up with divorce? In a world where it seems like everything else is planned out for us, this may be the only part of our lives that we get to make decisions about. It's important to remember that no one has ever been able to predict how any two people will react in an intimate relationship. Even if you're married or engaged, there's always going to be something new that comes along and throws your life into chaos. Number 1. You don't comprehend each other. We all know people who just don't click. They try to put in the effort, but it never seems to work. It's not that they dislike each other. In fact, they may even like each other. But the relationship always feels unbalanced in some way. Maybe they have different interests. Maybe their personalities are too opposite for them to really connect on a deep level. Or perhaps they simply can't seem to find common ground with someone else. Whatever the case is, these relationships rarely last long because neither person understands what makes the other tick. Number 2. You're too different from each other. It's not uncommon for couples to have drastically different life experiences, values, ambitions, etc. But it's important to be able to find common ground or compromise in order to cultivate an enduring relationship. If you and your partner don't share similar goals, then there will always be a conflict between you two. You'll never truly understand one another if you aren't willing to make compromises that benefit both of you. Number 3. You try to change each other, not grow and learn together. It's hard to say when we've gone too far. We may not always know when we need to move on, and we might think we can change each other. But the reality is that the best relationships are ones in which both parties grow and learn together and do not try and change one another. When you're trying to change someone else, it doesn't work out well for either party. It creates a lot of stress and resentment because neither person feels like they have any control over their own life or future. Number 4. Constant or highly frequent arguing. It is often difficult to discern whether a couple is merely disagreeing or whether they are demonstrating signs of incompatibility. There are many telltale signs that indicate that a relationship may not be compatible. These signs can include constant arguing, feeling insecure in the relationship, feeling ignored by your partner, feeling like you are unhappy in the relationship, and not being able to make decisions together. If these symptoms persist for more than 6 months, it's time to consider ending things with your significant other. If you find yourself constantly arguing with your partner, then there is no doubt that this will cause problems within your relationship. Number 5. You attain peace by avoiding all the problems. The ultimate goal of many people is to live a peaceful life. There are several techniques that are believed to help an individual attain peace. One of these is avoiding all the problems in one's life by not getting into relationships with incompatible people. According to this technique, an incompatible relationship is one that has poor communication, little or no commitment, and many disagreements. If you avoid such situations, it can be very helpful for you because if you do get involved in a situation like this, you may end up having arguments which could lead to more serious issues. This means that you should try to stay away from any kind of conflict as much as possible. Number 6. Your socialization is isolated by everyone else. You might be in an incompatible relationship if your socialization is isolated by everyone else. If you're always the one to say no, if you're constantly finding reasons to not spend time with your significant other, if you're always telling them what they can't do with their free time, if they'll fill up your cell phone with messages and calls that go ignored, or if you've never been able to feel entirely comfortable with them. Number 7. You're not attracted to them. We've all been there before. You start dating someone, you enjoy their company, they make you laugh, and things seem to be going well until you see them with their clothes off. It's then that one of two things happen. 1. You're surprised to find that you're not physically attracted to your partner, or 2. They are disappointed that you're not as sexual as they'd like. Either way, it sucks. If this is the case for you, don't worry. It happens to everyone at some point in a relationship. The good news: there are ways to get over being turned down by your significant other or anyone else. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to hit the like and subscribe, and be sure to turn on the bell notifications so you don't miss any videos just like this one. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you in the next one.